and magic kept everything in balance.
There was of all things
a simple piece of wood. How well that actually happened, we cannot say.
But the fact is that one day, in a little town just outside of Tuscany,
this piece of wood appeared.
In the shop of a jolly old toy maker.
Whose name was
Geppetto.
That's me, Geppetto. Did someone call my name? Does anyone ever call my name?
Geppetto was lonely,
for he'd spent so much of his life making dolls for other families
that he never got around to leading a family of his own.
And it was because of this he wanted more than anything.
A kid. But since that was not possible,
he decided instead to fashion together a puppet.
A puppet, yes, a marionette. One that can dance and fence, one that could leap and jump, one that could help me pass the time, which I have far too much of a phobia, so I have to find the perfect log. How'd you get here? Tell me your story, little nuisance. It isn't if you appeared by magic. What a log indeed. Come, we've got work to do.
Geppetto took his tools and began to work with great determination.
He carved its head in less than a day.
Its stomach, hands, and legs the next afternoon.
And before he knew it, he had
finished. Voila! Just look at you, thick, wavy hair, beautiful blue eyes, but no voice to talk back with. You really are the perfect child. If only you were alive. But still, as Nona used to say, if you dream of something badly, if you want, then it's a want. And then if that want will eventually come true. Come. Now, I better get to cleaning up.
As Geppetto turned away from his puppet, something began to stir from within it.
Jumpin' Josephat! You're real, you're moving, you're
alive!
Yes, indeed. You really are a puppet.
A puppet?
Yeah, see, a puppet. A marionette.
And are you a puppet too?
Me, no. I'm a human. See, I carved you. I'm made of skin, you're made of wood. See, this is skin.
Skin?
And this is a vein, and this is, ouch! And that's a pinch!
But what am I called?
Well, that's a good question. Since you're made out of pine seed, you shall be called Pinocchio, which means pine seed.
Pine seed?
That's Corrigary. That way, no matter where you go or what you do, you always remember what you came from. A Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. I like it, but what shall I call you?
Well, that's also a good question. Since I carved you and I clothed you, and since I'll put food in your belly if you want, then there would only be one choice but for you to call me Papa. That's if you like to.
Papa, I like the sound of it.
Me too, kid.
That evening, as they readied for bed,
Pinocchio asked Geppetto the one question that had been bothering him all day.
It's the one question that all parents fear.
And the one all children, even those made of pine, ask. Papa, may I ask you a question before we go to bed?
Of course, you can ask me anything you want.
Where do babies come from?
Anything but that. Look, it's too late. It's time to go to bed.
Not human babies, but puppet babies. Not only puppet babies, but me. Where did I come from? And why am I alive and other puppets aren't?
Well, that's a tricky and complicated question, which makes it a more complicated and trickier question. But if I put it in my words, I think I wish for you to be.
So if you wish for something, that automatically means it comes true?
Sometimes, yes, but mostly wishes have to be earned. You have to prove yourself worthy of them. And if you do, your wish will be granted by the blue-haired fairy. Not much is known about her, but legend still has it. She lives in a cottage deep in the heart of a gnarled wood. It's also said that all the blue in her hair is the stardust tangled inside, and it's that very stardust that she uses to make our dreams come true.
Whoa, if I were to make a wish, it is to become a real girl. I have real hair and eyes like you, and even real liver spots.
What a big dreamer you are. But speaking of dreams, it's time for you to make some tonight. In your sleep, sleep, sleep.
Psst, Papa, I would go to bed, but I don't know what sleep is.
Mamma mia!
Pinocchio quickly awoke the following morning, ready to begin his first day of school.
To commemorate the occasion, Geppetto gifted him with a shiny new hat.
One that he had fashioned together out of glue and breadcrumbs. Stand up. Oh, how does it look?
Only one way to find out.
I look exactly like a lady.
Ding dong, ding dong.
The bell. I better get going.
Not yet, you're not. You'd rather be late than forget this.
A book?
Not just any book, a primer. One that could teach you more facts and figures in 5 lifetimes.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Now hurry up.
Yes, Papa. Papa?
Yes,
I thought you said we were poor
we are.
and that we don't have any money.
We don't.
Then how did you afford this? It's just, it looks so nice with all its golden pages, almost as yellow as the coat you're always wearing. Wait, where's the coat you were wearing a few moments ago before you left? You know, the one with the purple buttons? The book's here, but your coat isn't.
Even though his head was filled with sawdust,
Pinocchio understood the answer immediately.
Using the chimes as his guide, Pinocchio made his way to class.
all the while using his imagination to build 1,000 castles in the air.
Go, Madison. Today in school, I'll learn how to read, and then the next day, I'll learn how to write, and after that, I'll learn all my figures. And to think it'll only have taken me 5 days. 5 days to become a genius.
As she said this, she realized that the chimes of the bells began to intertwine with the sound of something she had never heard before.
Let's go, Jim. What is this magic? It must be music. Papa told me it was wonderful. If he didn't say it was this wonderful, it makes me want to jump and dance and...
Hey, watch it.
Sorry.
Look where you're going.
Sorry,
Hey, move it or lose it, you kid.
I beg your...
Out of my way, buddy.
Sorry, I just got all...
Hey, watch it, kid. Geez, you'd be thinking made out of wood or something.
Sorry for acting like a blockhead. It's just, unfortunately, I am. And if only I knew where that wonderful... If only I knew what that music was coming from. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys of all ages, would you like to hear where all that marvelous music is coming from? Would I? Then step right up, and come see my greatest spectacular. One night only, music, magic, and marionettes. music, marionettes. Oh, I've got to see this. And I'm sure my papa would want to. Yes, my papa. Oh, no, I got to get to school.
Hey, kid, what's the matter? You're looking a little down in the mouth.
Nothing, sir. It's just I'd love to see a show. It looks amazing.
Of course it does.
Just unfortunately, I can't count on it. I got to get to school.
School? School? Yuck. The only thing school's good for is teaching you reading, writing, and arithmetic. 3 things ain't nobody need.
But my papa says it's important to get an education.
Please, you can get one of those any old day, but this show is one day only.
You're right.
Besides, what's one day absent from school gonna hurt anyways? Heck, I cut class all the time, and I turned out okay.
You're right. You did. Stella, your mic. Okay, then I'll do it.
Fantastico! Follow me, little buddy, right this way. Wait, but first you gotta pay my fee.
Fee?
That'll be 2 gold coins, please. And
Sorry, sir, I can't go. I have no money. In fact, the only thing I have in value is this, but I couldn't possibly part without it.
you sure about that?
Pinocchio was sitting on horns.
He was ready to make an unspeakable offer, but all he could think of was his poor, coatless father and his steadfast generosity.
You know what? Here's my new little permafried mission to the show.
Great! Follow me, little buddy, right this way. And prepare yourself. A world of excitement awaits.
As Pinocchio entered the tent, he was greeted with more revelry and excitement than he ever thought possible.
The audience was laughing so ferociously that their cheeks soon turned as red as the balloons that were floating about.
The puppet knew he should leave, but every time he attempted to tear himself away,
Another act would start, even more fantastical than the one preceding it.
I'm sure my papa won't mind. As long as I'm having fun, what else matters?
You get the point.
roses are red, clouds are blue, Christmas is here, New Year's too.
And so there he stayed all day.
Not at all thinking about his father or his responsibilities.
Speaking of Geppetto,
Pinocchio, Pinocchio, where are you? Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio, has anyone seen my daughter Pinocchio? You, how about you? Oh, Pinocchio.
Silencioso. Can't you see that the sun's going down and the entire town's getting ready for bed?
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, Senor Carabinier. It's just
Oh, Geppetto, it's only you. It seems to be the problem here.
Well, I'm looking for my daughter. I can't seem to find her. I checked with all of her classmates and students and teachers, but nobody seems to know where she is.
Geppetto, that's awful.
Awful.
Terrible.
Terrible.
We'll help you look at once.
Indeed.
So tell us, what's your girl's name?
And what does she look like?
Well, the name is Pinocchio.
Uh-huh.
She has blue eyes,
Blue.
thick wavy hair.
Wavy.
She's about yay high.
Yay.
And has a body made entirely out of wood.
What? What? You're kidding, right?
Right?
I know it. No, I'm not kidding. I know it sounds crazy, but she's a puppet, one who can talk and walk.
Look at Geppetto. We've known you for a long time. And you're the most honest man in town.
Indeed.
And if you say that you have a puppet entirely made out of wood, well then, that's what you believe. Toi was bound and we have no other choice but to arrest you.
What?
And declare you insane. Look, Geppetto, Toi was bound to happen, and anyone reduced to a life of puppet and doll making is sure to lose a screw.
Or 7.
But I'm not crazy, I'm telling you. Sure, you're not crazy, and I'm really an 8-year-old girl acting in a silly play in a silly costume. Come on, Geppetto.
You've got an audience with the king.
But I'm innocent, I'm telling you, innocent. To the palace. That's what they all say. To the palace we go.
Poor Geppetto. While the toy maker was
Away.
Pinocchio ran home.
But then he soon discovered
There isn't anybody here. Hello, where'd my papa go?
Suddenly, out of the darkness, a little voice cried out,
Yes, where did your papa go?
That's what I'm asking.
That's why I'm surprised. It's not like you to care for anyone but yourself.
That's not true. I do care.
Huh, well, could have fooled me if you care so much for him. Then why didn't you go to school? And why did you stay out all night? And why did you listen to?
It was an accident. I wasn't planning on. Hey, who's saying this?
I'm Chris, and I'm over here. No, here. No, here. No, here.
Jiminy Crickets!
No. Actually, it's Davy Cricket. And you'd better watch where you're stepping.
I will. Gee, I didn't know crickets could talk.
Well, Puppet, what you don't know could fill a library. And speaking of books, I see that yours has gone missing.
Well, it was. Hey, how'd you know that?
We crickets know everything. And what we don't know, we're told by the blue-haired fairy. No less sent me to check on you. Unfortunately for you, I don't think she's going to be too happy when I report back to her and kindness crossed. She doesn't punch you too severely. Only one way to find out.
No, don't go and tell her what you did or didn't find. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be bad.
Well, hate to burst your bubble, kid, but life don't work like that. Saying I'm sorry doesn't fix all your problems, especially not after things have gone wrong. And my, have they gone terribly, terribly wrong.
I'm confused. When will my papa return?
It's not so much a question of when he'll return, but if Geppetto's been arrested.
When? Where?
Last night, while he was out looking for you, he ran into a couple of wise guys. And before he could say muzzles, marinara, they lulled him off to the big house. No telling what they'll do to him there. I'd tell you where they're keeping him, but you're just a self-showed puppet. And at the end of the day, what can a puppet do?
You're right. This is all my fault, and I am just a selfish little papa. Oh, my poor papa. Why did I listen to that carnival barker? Why and misbehave? Why?
Oh, brother. Awkward.
Sorry for leaking or whatever this is. It's just if only there was someone who could help me and believe in me and make me more than, well, what I am.
As luck would have it, Pinocchio touched his splintery neck.
And feeling something beneath the pattern of her shirt,
The seed that her father had only presented to her with only yesterday.
A
seed
that would soon grow into an idea.
The blue-haired fairy, she'll help me. She can turn me into a real girl.
Say what now?
Yeah, and if she turns me into a real girl, then I can go and trade places with my papa. After all, I caused all these problems. The least I can do is take the punishment I deserve.
For the cricket,
You mean that, Pinocchio?
Really and truly.
For the cricket, who by nature was crustier than toast, was so touched by Pinocchio's concern for his father
that he reached out under his old wing and pulled out a map. Follow it to the letter, and you'll find what you seek.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. The cottage is almost a day's walk from here, in the darkest part of the deepest forest, and is guarded by the most scariest of creatures.
Scary, huh? Well, scary not. My papa needs me. It's time for me to stop stalling and start hauling. You coming with?
And what act as your constant and cute little sidekick? Sorry, Woody, wrong toy store. You're on your own with this one.
Don't worry, Papa. I'm on my way.
Goodbye, nice kid. But as sharp as wet ravioli, nice nonetheless, he's doomed. Pinocchio trudged and trampled and allowed sunlight and map to guide him.
But as misfortune would have it, just as she entered the ferocious forest, the sun went down.
It became so dark that she had to grope her way about. I can't even find my nose, let alone the fairy's cottage. How am I supposed to? What was that? What's going on? What's behind me? Only one way to find out. Phew, just the wind. There's a relief for...
A flock of ravenous birds flew out of the bushes. They had sniffed out the puppet's red hat and set their sights upon obtaining it.
They lunged him this way
Oh,
and that.
no! Go away, birds, go away! Where am I headed? Where am I headed? I can't see a thing. What's in front of me?
Blinded by the darkness, all the puppet could do was feel the sharp beaks pecking at them.
Not my map. I need that. Let go! No!
Even to the thicket he ran.
Just a few streaks of moonlight made their way through the voyage.
And just when he thought he could finally outrun them,
Smack!
bam! Crash!
The puppet ran right into the trunk of a tree and
Collapsed!
rise and shine, Pinocchio. 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 Time to get up now, Pinocchio. Time to get up. Oh, poor little puppet. I know you're alive. I can feel your heartbeat. But your head's on fire. Only one option left, I suppose. Now awaken.
My head.
Yes?
Ah! Who are you? Are you a phantom? Don't eat me, phantom. Don't eat me.
A phantom? Come now, Pinocchio. Do I look like a phantom to you?
I don't know. It's hard to see your face without those blue sparkles and curls and ravioli, Master Cooley. It's you. You're the fairy.
The one and only.
And here I thought my life would end before I got the chance. I thought I'd never find you.
You certainly were screaming like your life was over. Help me! Help me! And all over a little cloak and some birds, too. Oh, Pinocchio, you sure are a funny one.
Stop laughing at me. It wasn't just the birds. There's also a monster.
A monster?
A monster twice as large as this room, with huge claws and 1,000 tentacles.
Tell me, how interesting. Tell me, what happened to this monster?
It was eaten by another monster. Yeah, another monster that looked like a giant green lizard with green eyes, green skin, and a great big green beard made out of spider webs. Wait a second, why is my nose growing and why are you laughing at it?
I'm not laughing at your nose, but at your lies. Lies are easily recognized, and yours are as obvious as the nose on your face.
Sorry, Fairy. I didn't mean to lie. I guess I was just, embarrassed.
Being afraid is something to be embarrassed of, for it's in fear we learn the most about ourselves. But lying, that only conceals us from our own truth.
That's what I did, but how do I fix this?
Only one way that I know of. Are you sincerely remorseful for not telling the truth?
I am.
And you promise to never tell another lie as long as you live?
I do. I truly do.
And I believe you. And most importantly, so does your nose.
Achoo! That's amazing.
Here, keep it. You never know when a sneeze or an oversized feather will come in handy.
Seen what you did with a wish. Imagine what you did with the lie. Imagine what you'll do with my wish. See, I want you to turn me into a real girl.
I beg your pardon?
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. My papa says that if you want something badly enough, that one will become a wish, and soon that wish will come true.
I see. And is that all your father says?
No, he also says that wishes have to be earned.
And he is correct. Do you think you have done enough to have earned yours?
Well, I came all this way, didn't I? And my wish is probably important than everyone else's. See, with my wish, I can help my papa.
That's a bold statement, and a commendable one, too. But unfortunately, lots of people make bold statements when they want something. And while words are wonderful, it's actions that speak volumes.
I'm confused.
Here, I'll put it another way. If you can prove yourself to be loyal, kind, and selfless, then I shall grant you your wish, and you shall finally be a real girl.
I need to prove, but I'm just a papa. I need to prove myself I need to prove myself as a real girl. Yeah, you want me to stay a puppet before you even turn me into a real girl. How does that work?
That part you'll have to figure out on your own. But now, my dear Pinocchio, I must be out. I have lots of wishes to grant and not a lot of time to grant them. Maybe if you're lucky, one of them will be yours.
But Fairy, I need you. Come back. Come back, Fairy. I need you. We need to discuss this, Fairy. Come back. She's vanished. Now what am I supposed to do?
For the first time, the puppet
Is
began to feel
life.
empty.
The puppet began to feel truly
Angry. I came all this way. I listened to the cricket, didn't I? I came all this way for what? To be more lost than ever? And now, thanks to the fairy, I'll have to stay a puppet forever. You know what? If she doesn't want to help me, then why should I care about helping anyone else? From now on, I'm only going to care about me and me only.
Thrusting his hands in her pockets, the puppet set out on another quest.
But this time, she wasn't sure where she was going.
Or what she should do.
But ultimately, none of that mattered. The puppet wanted to get as far away from the fairy's cottage as possible.
And so she walked.
And walked.
And walked.
She walked through the wind.
She walked through the rain.
And she walked until she literally couldn't walk anymore.
Oh, stupid fairy, stupid wishes, stupid. Whoa, that's one high cliff. One more step and I would have fallen right into the ocean. Oh, yeah, I can't see this day getting any worse.
Really?
We can.
It was as if the words were too tempting for fate to pass up no sooner than she uttered them.
Then the ground began to shift.
And shake.
What's happening? Leaping.
Splash!
Suddenly out of the water sprang a dogfish, larger than that's ever been seen before, supporting a horrible scaly head.
Leaping iguana, that's one big fish.
It inhaled 6 unexpected seagulls. And unfortunately for our little puppet, that's not all the beast inhaled.
No.
Snap!
Guzzle! Gulp!
Ow! Why is the ground so wet and sticky and ugh? What's that terrible smell? Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Is anybody there?
There.
As she trudged forward, she came upon a warm glow that flickered off in the distance.
The further in she went, the better she could see.
And when she got to the end, you know what she saw?
We'll give you 1,000 guesses.
But you can only pick one.
Papa, oh Papa!
Pinocchio, it's you.
It's really you, but why are you here?
It's a long and sordid story, my girl. But I'll say this. If you ever get arrested and get tried into the king, and he says it's a crime of being a non-compos mentos lunaticos, you are to be bound and gagged and turned into fish food. Believe you and me, he's not kidding. But what does matter is now that we're together at last.
You're right, Papa. Together and safe. What was that?
That's our safety flying out the window, and that's the monster digesting today's food. And I fear that includes us.
Sounds like he's in pain.
That's what he gets for eating Italian.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. The only way out is through the monster's mouth. And even if we were to get there, we still have to swim a long, long way. Not with this back. It's hopeless.
No, it isn't. What? You can hold on to my back, and when the water washes us, we'll float, and you can paddle us in.
You brilliant boy, but how are we going to get it to cough or sneeze?
By something that will make him cough or sneeze, Papa. Do you mean this?
Yes, but how did you get it?
No time to explain. Now hold on to me tight. In a few minutes, this oversized sardine is going to chew us right out. Here goes nothing.
It's working.
Quick, hold on to me tight.
But then I'll hold all my weight on top of you. I won't do it.
Papa, you once told me that if you want something badly enough, then that one will come true. More than anything, I want you home and safe in your bed.
But
come on, Papa, you gotta trust me.
I do.
Bless you! Come on, Papa.
Swim faster, Pinocchio, faster.
I'm trying.
Pinocchio swam as fast as he could. She plunged headlong into the open expanse of water when suddenly
They saw rushing towards them the sea monster.
Hurry up, he's gaining on us.
I see it. Land up ahead.
using every ounce of strength she could, she raced towards the shore.
I see it too. Ha 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 ha.
But just as they were about to reach it,
What's that?
An enormous fin erupted out of the water and...
Look out!
Pinocchio? Pinocchio? Oh no, Pinocchio, my brave sacrificed her life for mine. If only she was a real girl. If only.
Sherry, isn't there anything you can do? Yeah, sure, the kid was a few pepperoni shy of pizza, but we've got to do something.
Davy, I agree with your sentiments. And while our life might be a fairy tale, a happy ending isn't always guaranteed. But I'll tell you this, as long as there's kindness, selflessness, nobility, and above all else, love, then there exists a flame that can never be extinguished, and a hope that will persevere. And it is because of that reason that there is nothing here for me to do, because Pinocchio has done all herself. Dearest Geppetto, weep not for that hat you see on the ground, but it is for brave Pinocchio in return for her good heart and selfless act. I have forgiven her past misdeeds. For children who love their parents and help them when they are sick and poor are worthy of praise and love. And so, Pinocchio, I will grant you your wish, and you shall finally be a real girl.
Pinocchio, you're a real?
I'm a real girl. Fairy, you granted my wish.
I did, but trust us when we say
You
earned it. Now, Pinocchio, I want you to promise that you'll be good and kind, and you shall be happy.
Thank you, Fair. I will.
Arrivederci, pine seed.
Now, daughter, let's get back home.
Oh, wait, is that what I look like? I'm so lucky to be a real girl, and how I'll always know where I came from.
And so our story comes to a close.
As for Pinocchio and Geppetto, they returned home.
Pinocchio took a few odd jobs so that she could buy his father
A jacket.
And a new primer for me, so that I'll finally get to go to school.
Let it be known that Pinocchio did go to school, and she did use her primer.
As she grew, she became wise and kind.
And though they never became rich in gold or stature,
It pleases us to say that Pinocchio and Geppetto did live many healthy and happy long years together.
and that,
That
dear one, is
no lie.